Hi guys, welcome to the November art box video. So this art box is going to be the last art box that I will be doing on Patreon. So a couple of reasons for that is, and the main and most important reason, to be brutally honest, is that I just did not put enough of a value on that reward, so unfortunately I am losing money from it. So that is the main reason I'm cancelling that reward. The other reason is that we are moving across the country, so we're moving from Perth to New South Wales, and that is going to be a massive move, and I don't know when I'll be able to set everything up again. And with all the pressures of moving, I'm not sure if I can put the extra pressure on me to try and keep the art box going and getting out on time, because I'm not sure where my studio equipment will be and how long it's going to take to get there. Or we were told it would take about 4 to 6 weeks before we get all our stuff there, and regardless of that, we'd wait a bit longer because of the process it takes to get the new house. So I think maybe everything should hopefully be set up and ready by mid to end January in 2017. So hopefully it all works out that way, and then hopefully I can also come up with some cool new things to add to Patreon so that it doesn't look so dull and boring. All the other rewards are going to remain the same. The $1 reward, the $5 reward, and the $10 postcard rewards, all of that will stay the same. Nothing will change there. So I'd encourage you guys to please stick around on Patreon. With the $5 plus reward, of course, you get access to all the tutorials that I've ever put down on Patreon, and that will remain the same. I'm not sure when I'll be able to do more tutorials after that, but please bear with me. Once the movie's done, we'll get straight back into it. So the lion is going to be delayed for quite a bit until we are moved and settled. So I really hope that is okay with you guys. Anyways, exciting times ahead and very stressful, but I appreciate all your support. So let's get into the November art box. So this month, the print you've got is of a drawing that I did before I even started my drawing as a business. And it is of my best friend Jennifer and her horse Rooster. So I thought this would be a nice print to add to the set. Also in here, which is the most important of this art box, and it's really nice, is this sketchbook. The front cover and the back cover of the sketchbook is a canvas, so we will be painting on here for this month's challenge. Also added to this, we've got a watercolor set. The paintbrush in here is pretty crap, so it's pretty useless, so throw that away and find yourself another paintbrush. So the paintbrushes I'm going to use are just these two round ones that I've found lying around in my drawers. Also, another cool thing that's in this art box is this masking fluid. So we will be using this masking fluid to put patterns down on our canvas, and then once that's dry, we'll paint over it, and then once that's dry, we can remove the masking fluid, and that is going to keep whatever pattern we drew on the canvas white and clean, and we can decide what we want to do with it from there. The brand for the masking fluid is this one, so it's National Art Materials masking fluid. It is a rubber latex solution applied over an area intended to be masked of any water-based color, and it peels off when dry. So we're going to see how this goes. Once we peel that off, we might get stuck into some of our colored pencils just to enhance any details or add any nice designs onto the canvas. So I'm really excited to get stuck into this, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. And for those that are part of the $38 Patreon reward, I'm going to give you until the end of November, so maybe around the 25th, 26th of November, to cancel that reward and reduce to the $10 or $5 reward instead, so that you are not just going to get pushed off Patreon. So you need to change that reward yourself, because if I cancel the $38 reward, I don't know if you still remain a Patreon with the previous reward down. I'm not quite sure how it works. So just try and keep it from the 25th of November if you guys can cancel your $38 reward and just pick the $5 or $10 reward instead. So I'm excited to get into this, and let's start. Okay, so you can see that this looks a little bit used. That is because I experimented with all of this on the back cover of this, and that is what it turned out like. So I got a feel for the paints and that. I tried some pencil on here, which was a total fail because I'm sure you can understand that you can't put pencil on canvas because it's just too much of a texture to the canvas. I also used some markers. The Prismacolor markers work fine on this, but I don't want to use so many different mediums to show you guys an example because I want to use primarily only the stuff that comes in the box. So I don't want to overdo anything. So now that I've got a feel for it a little better, we are going to do the front cover, and I'm just going to do a little design all over the front here with the fixative, the masking fluid, and then once that dries we will just paint some watercolor colors all over the place. Okay, so just make sure that the tip, if there's any dry pieces on the tip, you can pull that off. And then be careful because this stuff comes out really quickly. So you don't want to squeeze too hard. And just squeeze too hard. Sort of just let it come out slowly. So it's going to turn very yellow as it dries. So it will be very obvious for you to see when it is dry, so you don't have to touch it or anything. Okay, now that this is all dried up, we can start adding color. So I am going to use one of these brushes I had lying around. It's still got a bit of green in there from the last thing I tried. And I'm going to dip it into my water, and I'm pretty much keeping a lot of water on the brush. And I think I'm going to start off with the dark blue. So you gotta wet it pretty good. I wanted to wet the paper first, actually. So I'm gonna clean that. Okay. I'm gonna put some color in here. Now I'm going to put as much of this color on my brush as I can. And sort of just dab the colors on where the wet areas are. Okay, now I think I want to add some purple. And then at the top I want to add some oranges. Before I do that, I want to wet the areas that I'm going to put paint on. Add some yellow. Okay, I think I'm going to go in with the green in the middle. I keep doing that, I keep putting paint on before I wet the surface of the canvas. Okay, let's add some lighter green. purples around the blues, and I can do it close to the blues because it's okay if the blue bleeds into the purple, because it would create a nice transition. I just must not get it to bleed into the green. Okay, now I want to wet some areas around the orange, between the orange and the green, and I'm going to make it yellow. If it happens to touch the orange or the green, it's okay, because yellow would combine very well with both green and orange. I'm going to add yellow in here. And we'll add more green. Okay, so this is mostly dry, so I am just going to carry on. I want to enhance more of this green. Just add more of the dark green. So I think obviously watercolors dry a lot lighter than when you put them down at first. So just keep that in mind. It's not going to be as bright and pigmented as you'd like. If you want that sort of thing, then you're better off going with acrylic paint or just using colored pencils. So I'm going to wet this area here. And I think I'm going to add this light blue here, light terribly. Okay, then in this area here, I'm going to add red. And I think I'm going to do the same in all the other little blank areas. Add some orange. Oh. Oh wait. My dogs always pick the most inconvenient times to make noises. And then they decide they want to clean each other's ears and lick their paws, and it just makes such an awful noise. bottom. Okay, now we're going to wait for that to dry, and then we can take off the masking fluid and then see what it looks like underneath. Okay, now that's all dry, we can peel off the masking fluid. So you can just use your nails to sort of grab it and peel it off. And there we have it. There's something so satisfying about pulling masking fluid off of a drawing. And it just brings all those cute little details that you had hidden out in the beginning. And all it took was that, and a brush. So that is it for the November art box. Actually, that is it for all the art boxes. So really hope that you guys jump in to get this art box. There's only 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spaces left. No, there's 8 spaces left. 8 spaces left for this art box. And then I'd encourage you guys, as long as you get the art box by the 31st of October, that's fine, you won't miss out on it if you fill in those spaces. Obviously, if there's more than 24, then you may miss out. After that, I would then encourage you guys, anything from the 8th of November to the 25th of November, to cancel the $38 reward and reduce it to the $10 or $5 reward, so that you don't miss out on the tutorials that I have available on Patreon, but also so that you don't get kicked out of Patreon, because I will take the $38 reward off by the 26th or the 27th of November. So just something to keep in mind. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. This is a really handy little book to have. Obviously you can take this with you and sketch things or sketch away however you like and make a nice mess, because that's what artists do. And then the masking fluid, it just shows you how easy it is to use the masking fluid. And I bought these really cool bottles for you guys to use. It's got such a nice little fine point, and it makes it that much easier to just go ahead and draw in smaller little designs. So enjoy the last art box, and I will hopefully see you guys soon. Bye!